Hello guys, welcome to Piping Engineers. In today's video, we will learn about the butterfly walls. We will see what are the different types of butterfly walls, what are their advantages, disadvantages and their industrial applications. We will also see about the different parts of the butterfly walls and their significance with respect to the wall. So guys, for more videos and updates, please like, follow and subscribe to our channel. So let's begin our today's video and learn about the walls. So guys, what is a wall? Wall is a device which is either used to isolate or to control the flow of fluid by either opening, closing or partially obstructing various passageways. So basically guys, walls are used for your isolation purpose or to control the flow direction or to control the flow. If walls are mounted in your piping and they regulate the flow or isolate the flow with the help of their handles. So walls are basically fittings, but they are due to their large use and type of operation, they have their own categorization. Walls, they have their own design standard, they have their own dimensional standard. So walls are used in your each and every industry. We can't even think of an industry or a process where we don't use a wall. Walls are used in your water lines, steam lines, gas lines, chemical dosing lines, pharma industries, petrochemical industries, and even in steel industries. So walls find application each and everywhere, and each and every industry walls are used. So here I have shown some type of walls. This is how a gate wall used. A gate wall is used for your isolation process. Ball wall, again it is used for your isolation as well as for throttling purpose. Again, this butterfly wall, which is the main wall that we will be studying about today, it is used for your isolation as well as for your throttling purpose. So guys, moving on to next, let's see what a butterfly valve is. So what is a butterfly valve? Basically, butterfly valves, as the name suggests, it flaps its wings like a butterfly does. So in butterfly valve, there is a rotating circular plate. So this is a circular plate which is also known as disc of the butterfly valve, and this is the main component which either isolates your flow or controls or regulates your flow. So this disc is attached with the help of a transverse spindle and mounted inside a pipe in order to regulate or stop the flow. So if you see this vertical portion, this is the stem or the spindle, and this disc is attached with this stem or spindle. So what happens when this, with the help of this handle, when we rotate this disc either isolates our main line from the branch line, or when we use it for throttling purpose or for regulating purpose, we can either open this disc to angularly, like if I want this disc to open at 10%, 20% or 30%. So when I open this partially, this disc will be used for the flow regulation. So the disadvantage of your gate valve, that gate valve is used can't be used for your isolation process. Butterfly valve can be used for your isolation process as well as for your throttling process. So like ball valves, gate butterfly valves, they are also from family of quarter turn valves. So what quarter turn valves is, when a valve is rotated quarterly, it either fully opens or fully closed. So when this disc is rotated in your quarterly, this disc either completely opens or completely closes. So these valves are used for both regulating and turning on-off purpose. So because of this advantage, these valves find an heavy application in your gas lines, steam lines and in your water lines. But in water lines, we don't use them for your isolation process, because after some time there is a leakage from this seal, and this butterfly valve doesn't hold good for the isolation process. But for regulating purpose and isolation purpose in your gas lines and steam lines, butterfly valves have an extensive use. So moving on to next. So what are the different types of butterfly valves? So guys, let me tell you, depending upon your use, depending upon the requirement in the industry, butterfly valves are selected. Depending upon your how much leakage you want, depending upon the criticality of the process, we select a butterfly valves. So first type of categorization is based on the wall geometry. So how a wall is made, so we have a categorization based on that. So first type is your concentric butterfly walls, second is your double eccentric butterfly walls, and next is triple eccentric butterfly walls. So you would have seen, while selecting a butterfly walls, generally you ask about your double eccentric wall or triple eccentric wall. So it depends how much leakage you can permit. If you want that you can't permit even a 0.1% of leakage, so you go for triple eccentric class 6 leakage class 6 walls. But depending upon that also, your your eccentricity also varies, because with the while going for a higher eccentricity, suppose if you are going for a triple eccentricity wall, the cost of triple eccentric wall will be much higher as compared to your double eccentric or concentric walls. So what happens in these concentric walls, I have shown this here in this figure. So what happens in these concentric walls, this is your shaft, and this number 2 is your disc. So when this shaft and disc, they all lie in a same line, if the center of shaft and disc matches, so this is your single offset, and sorry, this is your concentric wall. So this is your concentric wall. So if your application or purpose is not much critical, you can go for this concentric wall. And what happens with this body center line or single offset? So suppose if the center of this disc, so this is your center disc, and this is your shaft center. So if this shaft center and the shaft center is offset from the body center line, so if shaft center is off center from this body center line, so this will be if your single offset, the shaft is offset from its body center line. So next is double offset. The in double offset, what happens is the shaft, this first number, this shaft is offset from its body center line plus shaft offset from the pipe center line. So you can see this is your body center line, and if this is your shaft center line, so they are not matching, and this is also not matching with the pipe center line. So there are two offsets. One offset is shaft offset with your body center line, and second offset is with the pipe center line. So when we will be having these two offsets, the our wall will be double eccentric or double offset wall. So what happens in this triple offset wall? In triple offset wall, when this body center line and your shaft center line, they doesn't matches, so this is your double eccentric. And in triple eccentric, what is there is addition, there is a this conical offset shape, which shape and its disc connection. So if there is a conical offset shape which is with your disc, so this number 2 is your disc, so this is having a offset with the disc. So we are having a conical offset here which is which is making an offset with the disc. So this wall is known as triple eccentric wall. So just like double offset butterfly walls, that has two offsets, except one is additional offset, which is a conical shape sheet, which is I have shown you here. This conical shape sheet, is designed so that it can match with the disc. So, or you can say your disc is somewhat off-centered with your body center line because of this V-shape seal body. So in double centric, as I've already told, the first offset is the shaft located not in the center of the disc but located on slightly behind the disc. In concentric, the shaft is located in the center of the disc. During opening or closing, there are some parts of the disc that are always in contact rubbing the seat. So basically what happens is we either go for a, in case of your critical gas lines, in case of your poisonous gas lines, where if there is some leakage that may hamper our process, we go for your double eccentric and triple eccentric walls. So double eccentric walls, if we place them in order of leakage, so high, so the most retained, that the wall which will not allow leakage, is triple eccentric, after the double centric, and in last comes your concentric butterfly walls. So in water lines, either we go for concentric butterfly walls or double eccentric walls. So I hope you would have learned about this basic difference, how we categorize the eccentricity of the wall. So moving on to next type of butterfly walls is on the basis of end connections. So what end connections are those? I have shown here. This is a butterfly wall in which this is a flange type butterfly wall. So what happens on both the ends of the butterfly walls? There will be flanges, and these flanges are the other flanges are mounted on the pipe, and we will be having this flange to flange connection on both ends. So this is your flange type butterfly wall. So next is lug type butterfly wall. So what happens in some, suppose if you are having some space constraints and our pipe size is from DN50, or suppose from DN40 to DN150, we either go for this lug type and wafer type. They are available up to class 150, 250, 300. There is no issue of for pressure temperature rating. We can easily get a pressure temperature rating of lug and wafer type in the market. So what happens if there is space constraint? So we go for this lug type or wafer type. So what is the difference between lug type and wafer type? In lug type doesn't have any flanges based on its ends. Instead, it has lug. That lug is they are placed on the body of the wall. So suppose if this is the side view, this is your wall body, and this is having your lugs mounted on it. So in these lugs, they are threaded. So what happens, this bolts, this is the we have a flanges on our pipe ends, and these bolts cross through these lugs and gets attached with the flange on the other pipe. So this is how a lug type valve is mounted. So generally for small size up to DN150, lug type valves are used. So these lugs, they are threaded. So we have this threaded bolts go across these lugs and goes to the other side of the flange, and with the help of nuts gets tightened. So what happens in wafer type doesn't have lugs throughout their body, instead they have these holes. So what happens in lug type, we have equal number of holes as compared to the as equal to the end connection flanges. So if we are having like 8 holes in our flanges, so we will be having 8 holes in our lug also. But in wafer type we don't have that. In wafer type we have these 2 holes on upper portion and 2 holes on lower portion, and these are just holes, they are not threaded ones. So why these holes are provided? These holes are provided just so that our wall can be balanced. Suppose if we sandwich the wall between 2 flanges and we don't have any interconnection with the wall, our wall may get loosen up due to pressure, and it may not able to retain. So there might be chances of that here the leakage from this point, or the leakage from this point may start. So we have these lugs, and these bolts go across these lugs and gets tightened, and wall gets holded between this lugs. So this is your wafer style wall. Again, this up to DN150 only wafer type walls are preferred. So above that flange type walls are used. So this is the on the basis of your end connection. So let's see about the different types of the butterfly walls. So this is a critical cross section of butterfly walls. Butterfly walls, as compared to your gate wall or your ball wall, they are very easy. They don't have much parts. This is your stem, as I told, in your stem or your shaft, which we call. This is your stem. This is your disc. So this disc is attached with this stem or your shaft. Again, this is your body, and in this body this shaft is mounted, and this is the seat. So what happens is, in order to provide the leakage, in order to avoid the leakage, this seat is used. So this seat make a leak proof joint here, so seat is used. So in case of butterfly walls, if this seat gets cut, or in case of any other wall, if this seat gets cut, there will be metal to metal contact, and leakage from the wall start place. And this is again packing. So what packing will do, packing will again stop the leakage. This is the connection between body and this your handle of the wall. So again, this is the critical cross section of a butterfly wall. So guys, I hope in today's video you would have learned about the parts of the butterfly walls, what are the different types of butterfly walls based on their geometry, based on their end connections. So guys, for more videos and updates, please like, follow and subscribe to our channel. So guys, thank you for today. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you.